Got it.
13.
Okay. You guys go to investigate. You start walking kind of around the circumference of this hill, and there's no snow on it. It's not snow. It is bleach white, but when you touch it, it feels like bone. And examining it even more, you start to see ridges in the hill. It's not perfectly smooth. And when you step back and look at the whole thing in aggregate, it looks like it might be like a giant turtle shell. It's
awesome.
Some kind of large. It's not a sphere. It's definitely like an oblong shape, and it kind of smooths and slopes inward towards the ice. The ice comes all the way up to it, but you could easily climb up on top of it if you were of a mind to do so.
Should we walk around the edge first and see if there's any openings?
Yeah, I probably should check the perimeter before we start climbing.
Yeah, how big is it?
It's about 150 feet from edge to edge.
Absolutely, we could just take a quick
walk around the edge. You guys split up, walk around the perimeter, meet up on the other side. You don't see any openings at the ground level here.
Wait, we split up. What kind of party am I in?
Always split the party.
Come on, Fred. Alright, well, let's start
that was a fun
climbing.
dance.
Okay. Tarin starts climbing up onto the hillock.
I'm gonna climb up at a reasonable distance back.
Well, define reasonable distance.
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. Well,
Dole.
Before Tarin even gets to the top of the hill, he hasn't even gotten 30 feet inward. Before Tarin, you notice there is an opening. One of the scales that makes up the ridges of this turtle shell has been removed, and you see like a makeshift slope leading down into the darkness inside of it.
Where is that from where I'm climbing?
You've only climbed up maybe 20 feet. You just got up over the first scale, and the second one is kind of an entrance inside. And you see it goes down
everybody
deep.
To be quiet, and then I'm gonna mental link to each of you. There's an opening up here. Follow me and try not to make any noise. This is, by the way, Eldove, is the first time I've talked directly to your mind, because I've noticed that people seem to think poorly of that.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, Eldove probably wouldn't mind that much. He's a sorcerer. He knows that this shit's going down. Alright. So, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to probably respawn the guys here, because I have to load up.
Can I make a stealth check there, or...?
Are you going inside?
I'm going to climb up to the edge and wait for the rest of the group, but I'm going to try and do so quietly.
Okay. Yeah, everybody can make a stealth check. And tell me what you got on that stealth check.
I got a 12.
12? Okay.
I got a 3!
Okay.
I get with my bonus 18.
Okay.
And for my stealth, I get a 24.
Damn.
And
one stealthy ass dwarf.
Fred gets 17. Okay, so everybody made it except for Eldove. Now, this entrance, you're going to have to go down single file, so go ahead and put yourself in marching order. Who's on point?
I'll go in first.
Actually, let me load the new map before we do that. That way we don't have to do this twice.
Can you use your temp HP on anyone else, or is it just...
It's false life, which is self.
Alright.
Okay, you are entering from this angle here. You're coming in. So go ahead and put your marching order in room number 1 down here. And
where did I go?
I don't know where my dice and everything went.
Well, I loaded a new table, so you got to go get new dice. I'm going to get Nodal his Mega Man back out here. There you go, man.
And I am currently
blue.
Zook now.
You weren't blue before? There's something weird with the textures on this particular thing, yeah. And you head down into this turtle shell, and first of all, it's pitch black. So if you don't have dark vision, you're not seeing anything down here.
Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't go in front.
And you can see that from the entryway. You can see there's no light down here whatsoever. It's not like the friendly luminescent mushrooms that I gave you in the previous dungeon. That ship has sailed.
Yeah, that's why I got a bunch of torches from the ship, but I wouldn't want to give away our position. So I'll let someone who can see in the dark go first.
Okay, so who is on point?
Who else can see in the dark besides me?
I can see in the dark, but I have 9 HP. So
yeah, everyone but me can see in the dark. It's just a human thing, not to be able to.
So you want to take a point, Adric, and then I'll have the back.
Seems good.
Okay.
Right,
well, Fred's going to be in the back along with Zook then.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the absolute back and watch our rear.
I'll be one step ahead of McClain.
Is everybody locked to the grid, or is it just my pieces?
I'm not on the grid. Cause
Drop Mega Man down. Yeah, Mega Man's locked to the grid. Let's fix that. Okay, now you should be able to just put him wherever you want. He won't snap.
Alright, well I moved Fred in front of me because Fred's going first.
Okay, well... That's fine. We don't need him there, though. That's... So something like this?
Yeah, that works.
That looks good to me.
So those of you who can see in the dark, the hole goes into a small chamber that narrows and leads downward into the darkness. Tarin, you and Fred kind of bracing against the walls that are jagged and rough. But the inside of the carcass, it has a porous, kind of sponge-like feel to it. But it has no give. It's very brittle, like chalky. Like you could scrape at it with your fingernails and bore into the material. The floor beneath you is the same material, but it's actually been reinforced with ice, broken stones, and gravel. So footing is very unsure in here. It's going to have all the same rules as the ice outside. And like I said, the ice fades very quickly from you descend. By the time you get to about this point here, you are in pitch blackness.
Alright, I'll be walking with my hand along the wall and staying in mental contact with Ardrin.
Okay.
In order to make sure I don't trip over him.
Adrian, man, it looks like you have point, so...
Yep.
Tell me if you see anything. Over this way, and I'll obviously kind of like do the mental pointing at my head thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to light a torch if we actually get into combat.
Are we just going to assume that we're staying in a line like we don't...
Until I hear
I
differently,
don't
yes.
instantly move.
We established this as a marching order, so unless you specify I'm staying behind or some such.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get to that point in the cave, and I don't know how Eldove manages to do it, but he is a noisy bastard. And actually, I'm going to take a second and get HP and stuff back on the screen.
Yeah, we need hips back.
Adric, how many HP do you have left?
I have 22.
Actually, everybody should be at full because you took a short rest. Did you use a hit dice?
I did not.
You did not. Okay, so you got 22 right now. What's your AC?
Yeah. 16.
16? And then
Hey, Sammy,
Tarin...
I've got 29 hit points and 16 armor class.
So it's 21 plus the 8 temp, right?
Yep.
And armor class is what?
16 as well.
Okay.
Haven't gotten anywhere I can buy better armor yet. Still in hide.
Fred,
Oh, by the way,
I have to look
since I'm half Mary Sue, I just read something else in my in the Sorcerer description.
Okay.
It turns out I have tiny golden scales as well,
Oh.
Yay!
all over my body.
I
Okay,
love it.
so Eldove is dead.
Oh.
We're sick of him. How many... We have 9... What's your
I
AC,
hate it.
Eldove? Eldove, AC?
It's tiny golden scales.
I have 15.
15. Okay, and then
I hate to tell you this. I'm at a full 18 and 14.
18. Not 158. You don't have that much.
No.
Okay.
Now that I know you have tiny golden scales, I'm going to be trying to figure out if I can get them off of your body to sell later.
And you guys brought
You're no
Warwinax
longer
with
my
you, right?
favorite.
Yeah.
No.
Warwinax is taking up the rear.
Yeah, Warwinax is with you.
Didn't we mention that he was pushing the boat?
Right.
Yeah.
With his ice breath. Like you were
Yeah.
you were using him as like an off-board motor.
Yeah.
Roll initiative. And we're going to keep this initiative order for the duration of this dungeon.
Seems fair.
Good for me. I got a 20. It's 23.
10.
I got a 10.
Okay.
13 for Zook.
I'm still rolling over here, so we're going to repeat that in a minute.
Me and McDohl will make sure to swap positions multiple times in order to fuck with you.
Alright, Adric.
10.
10. Tarin.
23.
23.
Jesus
There's only 20 sides on the dice, man. Alright.
Oh, I'm sorry, 22. I thought I added my dex to that, but I don't.
Let's just call it 203. Okay, Fred rolled some straight up dog shit. Like he just rolled a butt. Zook.
I'm at 10.
You're not Zook.
13.
13.
I didn't hear you say Zook. You cut out.
Okay.
You did.
And Eldove is 10. Which you has the higher dex mod? Adric or...
Mine's +2.
3. So
Okay.
yeah, Adric could go for 4.
Alright, as you go along, Eldove bangs a wall or says a draconian insult or makes some kind of noise. He's being goofy back there.
I'm telling you.
And as soon as that happens, you hear movement in front of you.
Can you stop that, please?
I mean, you hear movement in front of you deeper into the cave.
Yeah.
And, Tarin, when you look in that direction, you see a Sahagwin peeking around the wall.
Actually, I don't see anything. I can't see anything in this light.
Oh, well, the Adric sees it. Let me go ahead and get him out here.
Wait, I thought you were Adric.
No, I'm Adric.
Okay, you're Adric. Destil's Tarin.
Yes. So,
McDohl is McDohl.
the
McDohl
Sahagwin
is
was
McDohl.
trying to wait in ambush for you just up around the corner, but Adric, you see him before he strikes. So it is Tarin's round right now. You heard the movement up ahead, Tarin, but you can't see.
Do you tell me this in my head that you hear something?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the non-action to light a torch with a tinderbox,
Okay.
and now I can see him. I take it.
Yes.
Let's move in and get some. I'll move in, drop the torch, and take a swing.
Okay, give me
Longsword.
1 second. Go ahead and roll that to hit.
That'd be a 21 on AC.
That definitely hits.
5 damage.
5 damage. Well, aren't you Mr. Big Man?
And now there's a torch sitting in my square.
So you drop the torch on the ground and lunge forward?
Yeah, that way I can use my other hand to cast spells or parry.
And you caught him totally off guard. I mean, he thought he was hidden from you. He thought he was laying in wait. And this Sahagwin was already wounded when you got up there. You see a couple of rapier holes in his chest where Zook got him on the boat. And it doesn't
Oh, it's
take
that guy.
much. Yeah, it doesn't
Hey,
take
guy.
much. You cut him down and he falls to the ground in a slump. And so ends the Sahagwin. So let me go ahead and open up the dungeon a little bit for you.
That'll be
Loot
the
the
end of my
Swaga.
turn. I don't know if I need to get dark vision on this guy or not.
Let me
I feel
finish
like-
opening up the dungeon and then we'll worry about dark vision.
So
I
One
kind
point,
of like the
everyone-
idea of a fucking warlock who can't see in the dark.
Well, I mean, I'm trained in stealth, so up until you joined Nodal, everyone in the party was. So I was thinking we could be the stealthy, slit people's throats and get back out kind of party.
And we're going to work through this dungeon on turns. Because there's going to be a lot that can happen in here, depending on your movements.
I'm hearing background noise from someone.
So,
Oh no, never mind. That's an ad on YouTube from the playlist.
oh my god.
Oh.
The entryway eventually widens out into a larger grotto, and it's all the same material along the wall. And, I mean, you see several pillars of this material reaching up to the ceiling in various areas. But other than that, it's empty, although you do see openings in some of the far walls. I mean, it's hard to tell which openings are passages and which ones just open into little alcoves in the walls without inspecting them, but... So we're on Zook.
All right. Are we going back? Are we? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
You can move 4 squares.
about
and-
here-ish?
you can move 4 squares and take, because it all counts as difficult terrain. So 4
Okay.
squares and take an action, or you can move 7 squares, I'll say, without taking an
Let's
action.
see. So that'd be 4,
Well, yeah, and at the end of your turn, you get your special, so.
and then I could dash.
Oh, that's
as
right.
My...
He can dash.
Yeah, you can dash as your action, then dash as your bonus action if you really want to, or you can dash and
Or
hide.
I could dash to. So I can take a dash for another 4 squares.
That's
Yeah.
a dash action, yeah. You double your movement.
And then you can
Will you let
use
me
your action to hide.
squeeze in here?
You want to move me back?
Do you mind?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm not actually gonna dash again. I'm gonna press up against this wall and take a stealthy position.
Okay, go ahead and roll that stealth.
What is that?
Going
15
into corner mode.
Yeah, exactly. 15 plus 20.
Okay.
McDohl presses spacebar to get into...
Yeah.
And give me 1 second.
I push up right against the wall and I poke the Swaggin in the butt.
Do you put on your robe and wizard hat?
I do.
Okay.
I am wearing fine clothes, sir, which are gold. I am not wearing a robe and wizard hat.
Oh my god, this guy.
By the way,
Which guy?
while we were on the ship, I totally swapped my equipment out from wearing normal clothes to fine clothes.
Were you wearing fine clothes when you were asleep the night of the attack?
Yes.
You were?
He only sleeps in the fine
He only
clothes.
sleeps. Because I was assuming you've been in your bedclothes this whole time. Unless you took more clothes from the boat.
I had a spare set of clothes in my pack, actually.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, actually, if you're noble, you do start with that.
Alright.
The Sahagwan gets to take a turn, except he's dead, so he doesn't get to do anything.
Keep on being dead, Sahagwan.
Yep.
Adric.
Keep on keeping on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We can get rid of him if you want. We don't
Nice
really
job,
need him
Kurt.
anymore.
And see what I see in this area.
Well, I already described this area here. It's just an open grotto. You see openings in several of the walls on either side, but it's hard to tell from here which ones open into passages and which ones just dead end into alcoves.
Alright. I'll take another move to go this way.
So is my stealth fucked this entire dungeon?
No, just that one encounter. You're fine.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
There
say,
we go.
because if our stealth's already fucked, I could just shoot some fireballs down those cars.
Okay. And you kind of see this area here. So, turn order Eldove.
Alright, how many spaces? So 6, so 3?
I'm calling it 4 spaces. You can move and then take an action. Or you can move 7 spaces if you take the dash action. Which,
Alright, well, I'll just take a dash action. What the hell?
okay. Now, this
Yeah,
doesn't
I'll
actually
just
mean
end
you're
up there.
dashing down the hall. It just means you're basically moving and then using your action to take a second move.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult terrain, it'll give you a little bit less than half your regular action or regular move if you go the whole way. And Fred is keeping pace with Tarin. So we're back to Tarin.
Pick up my torch, move my 4, and I will ready an action to Eldritch Blast any hostile enemy, anyone who comes in and attacks, any obvious Sahagwan or
Specify
any
a
other
direction.
monstrosities.
Like
Let's say-
tab where you're looking, tab where you're expecting attack
way.
from. From over here? Okay, cool. Yeah,
Is
those,
the torch the bell that you're holding?
he's like, ring-a-ding-ding, motherfuckers! That's Mr. Gaming Crotch, by the way. Don't know if you know
Oh,
that.
okay, thanks.
Zook.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna tuck myself right here. That's a movement and a dash, and then stealth again.
Well, you can dash or stealth. You can't do both.
No, he can because he's a rogue. It's got that special.
Oh, the bonus action.
actions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna remember one of these rounds.
Well, because you said move then dash. You can do that,
Yeah,
but you
that's
have
what
to use your
he
bonus.
He takes his movement, he takes his dash with his normal action, and the bonus action he can hide.
Okay, so he moves 7 squares and hit. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's a 24.
Okay, Adric.
Yo, so, yeah, so it looks like we're pretty well spread out over this way, so let's glance back over in this direction.
Going
We're
down
gonna
this
go down
way.
the narrowest path.
Yep.
All right.
Now, looking down in this direction, what can only can be described as a bone doorway blocks your passage. I'm actually going to draw this on the map here, like right here. Okay.
Okay.
It looks like rib cages, basically crisscrossing each other and clasp. You just played Secret Evermore. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like crisscrossing in front of you. It looks like it's a door, and it's crossing the narrowest part of the chamber there. And you can see cracks in the bones, and there's a considerable amount of space both above and underneath the door. Like, too much space for you to squeeze through. Like, you don't have enough room to get through without opening, but Zook might. And then
God.
beyond the door, you just see a dark tunnel leading off in the distance. Now, I didn't have a good sense for how big of a map I could fit on the table, and my dungeon map turned out to be a little bit bigger. This is a solid wall back here. This doesn't actually lead to more dungeon. That's
A solid wall? Okay.
This is a solid wall right here. So, that's the end of the map. But all you can see when you look through is just darkness and then some just vague shapes towards the end of the hallway.
Can we make the table bigger?
This is as big as it gets. I mean,
Really?
this is a pretty big table.
It is.
I'm just saying, like, you'd think they would make it arbitrarily big.
Well, like if I were running this as a battle mat, like on my dining room table, I would actually be drawing the dungeon out in pieces anyway. Like I'd be erasing old pieces when we don't need them. So this dungeon's not big enough for me to have to do that.
Too bad. This is bigger than the battle mat I have.
No, it's absolutely not bad. I'm just saying.
But no, I mean, like they
cyberspace.
And most tabletop simulator tables like aren't even this. This is the large table that they designed. It doesn't even have a top to it. You have to supply your own image for the top. So okay, that was Adric. We are down to Eldove.
All right,
I will boop what I see back to
Okay.
back to Mr. Man.
Tarin, I'm sorry. You're carrying the torch now. You picked it up.
Yeah, I had to pick up so I can see.
Okay, Eldove gets to move.
All right, so you're pretty visibly staring in that direction.
You can't see him at all. He's hiding.
No, he's talking to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to him. Yeah. So I'm going to move right over here and just look in this direction over here.
Okay. Like tab where you want to look. Right up here.
Like like this general direction. Like if anyone comes in that area,
okay,
I want to hit them.
So you're gonna ready in action. What do you get? What do you hit them with? Shoot like firebolt.
I'm gonna hit them with a firebolt. Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and I need to get the hand out here. And that's what you see. Let me see if I can reveal more than that. I might be able to reveal a little bit more than that. There we go. So you can see it opens up into a chamber beyond there, but you can't see any features of the chamber from this angle. And let me make some notes here.
You see what can only be described as a giant floating 11.
That's prestidigitation.
And Fred seeks to keep pace with Tarin because he's the one holding the light, and Fred does not have dark vision either.
Should probably just hand Fred the torch. That's actually going to be easier.
Oh, absolutely.
You're just using a sword in one hand?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a shield.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that on my next turn then.
I mean, he's going to tend to follow you anyway because you're the captain.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right, Tarin, it's your turn.
Well, I'll hand Fred the torch. That's non-action.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll start. So this way sounds fairly secure. Let's start looking in this direction.
Oh,
so
I never said secure.
Well, I mean, and then that Adric's got it. I trust Adric.
I think I can actually get rid of this
see.
one here. Yeah.
That seems wildly reckless for
So
my
I'll
brief
move to
time
here.
here.
You're gonna start looking in this direction here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will also again ready a Eldritch Blast for anyone coming out of Chamber 5.
We had a chamber 5.
And this a ways.
Okay. Well, I can describe what you see in the chamber. It's a relatively open space. I mean, it's one of the larger chamber you see. This looks to have been the main living quarters of the Sahagwin. You see cavities all along the wall carved in where they might have slept at one point. In the center of the room, like all these chambers are currently empty, and you count, just doing a quick rundown, you estimate maybe 20 or 30 of them. But they're all currently empty. There's nobody in the room or in any of these areas. I'm actually not going to describe further than that because you don't have the torch anymore, and Fred's standing way behind you. So that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
Okay. That's the end of Tarin's turn.
Then it's up to Zook.
Okay.
I just have a question.
Okay.
Is this a wall or is that a door? Like, I can't really tell from the position of the card.
Well, the card is just area that hasn't been explored yet. The card doesn't represent it. It's a fog of war, basically.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, is this... Because, I mean, like, right here, like, is that...
You'd have to get up and investigate. From this angle, it looks like it could either go off into a passageway or turn into an alcove. Okay. From here, you'd have to get a little closer, yeah. But it is Zook.
Okay, so Adric telepathed what he saw, and I'm assuming that's all been being relayed. Can we just we're taking that as read?
I'll go ahead and relay that, yes.
So, I
now,
guess...
you do need line of sight to do that. Right now, you've got line of sight on everybody, but let's be cognizant of...
Yep.
You may not later in the dungeon. Okay.
Alright, so... I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3... So it's a move and a dash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready basically. So I'm moving a dash,
Okay.
and then
Now you can't take a ready action though.
right. No, I can't take a ready action, but I can't take yet another little movement. So I'm gonna actually put myself right about here.
Okay. And
Get
again,
ready
it's just like I described to Adric. You see the bone clasps together. You could definitely squeeze underneath this door.
Mm-hmm.
And the door itself looks fairly solid. It's like bones coming out of the sponge-like walls and clasping together. With you might be able to figure out how to open it if you were to examine it, but you specifically could definitely squeeze under it.
I'm gonna
Well, I'm
telepath
also
to
specifically
everyone.
might try to pick it. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't-
gonna telepath to everyone. If he's gonna try and work open that door, let's all wait here and give him a chance to work before we keep going deeper.
Adric.
I'm definitely interested in this door.
Okay. Adric.
I telepath back.
I will leave. I will give Zook the space he needs to work.
Oh, he's got plenty
But
of
I will
space.
remain.
Yeah.
But I will remain here.
Hang
to,
there?
I will remain here to give him assistance should things go south.
Assistance how? Because if he's going to try to pick the lock, there's not really a lot you can do to assist him. I mean, you
Well,
can shove him
just in
aside
case-
and punch the door and try to break it open.
No, I mean, in case things go south, as far as like there's
Gotcha.
dudes back here that are going to come up and punch him in the dick. Like I want to intercept that.
Okay. I'll let you ready an action to attack anything that comes out of the...
Yeah, I'm not really saying like ready in action. I'm just kind of
Okay, so-
staying here waiting for him to.
Doing nothing. Doing nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't want to ready. You don't want to ready a face punch in case someone gets me.
The problem is there's not a lot of space to get in there.
That's
If
true.
you're, if you're picking the
Okay.
lock and you get the door open, it would be very difficult for him to attack. He would do so at disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Eldove.
All right, I'm very much not liking my position in the party right now. So I'm gonna head here,
Okay.
right there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna keep watching our back. By which I mean specifically, I'm going to be looking in this general direction. So
Okay.
like,
So
I'm more focusing on this like choke point right here.
you would be able to see from your viewpoint here, you could see anything coming around this corner from Chamber 2, and you could easily see anything coming out of Chamber 5.
All
Not a
right,
problem.
and I'm going to ready a firebolt.
Ready a firebolt. Okay. Give me 1 second. And Fred. Okay.
That's a lot of rolls.
That's a lot of dice.
I'm sure this is fine.
It's fine.
Fred moves up next to Tarin.
One of my old GMs just like to roll dice behind the thing just to keep the players paranoid.
I do
Oh,
that
Rick's already
all
confessed
the
to
I
time.
used to do
All
that
the
constantly.
time. That is such a
I
great...
love doing that.
Especially in
I love doing that,
Ravenloft. Especially in Ravenloft.
I love doing that. Yeah.
In World of Darkness games, I used to pass empty notes to the GM to make it look to everybody else like I was plotting shit when I wasn't. It was fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're back at the top of the order. Tarin, do your
Did
thing.
Fred act? Oh, did Fred
Fred,
act?
yeah, Fred moved up behind Tarin. So now
Oh.
that... Well, stay there, because I'm going to describe some more Room 5 to you.
Oh, sure.
Because Fred moved up behind you. You got the
Oh, I
torch
have
like,
some more light,
at your
yep.
back. So he doesn't open... Actually, I think this one I can get rid of. Yeah. So that was a more of the chamber. And it's like I described. It looks like a living quarters of some kind. But along the back walls, very faintly, because the torchlight is flickering, it's very dim, but you see the ice on the that's on the floor starts to get thicker and starts to coat upwards along the walls in this area of the cave, heading out of Chamber 5 up here.
Towards us or away from us?
Away. Like, it looks like
Okay.
the walls are still kind of brittle and sponge-like up until about here or so.
Mhm.
And then it starts to look like the walls are encased in ice beyond that.
I'm gonna actively concentrate on my detect magic for a turn.
You're radiating magic every direction at once. It's like impossible to gauge. You're inside of
Okay.
a magic construction.
Okay.
But you do get taken action.
My action will just be to move back a bit and ready against anything leaving Chamber 5.
Ready what?
Ready an Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay. Anything coming out of Chamber 5, you said?
Basically, this choke point towards Chamber 5 is
Gotcha,
really
okay.
anything I can see in this area.
Because for a second I thought you said 4, and you were going to have disadvantage on that roll, because everything out of there has major cover. Zook! Do something awesome. So here's you examine the bone clasps a bit, and there's not a lock per se. There doesn't seem to be a way to like open this door. There's not like a clasp or a lock. But you have your thieves' tools, and you're pretty sure you can identify a few key areas. I'll let you make a thieves' tool roll.
Mm-hmm.
Which will add your dex modifier and then your proficiency bonus, because you got thieves' tools proficiency, I imagine.
I do.
So
I
yeah,
think it's a double proficiency on him.
He does. That's right. So yeah, +4. So you get go ahead and make that roll. Your DC is 12. To dismantle a few key areas of the door.
Oh God.
How'd you
That's
do?
not gonna do it.
No.
I got 2.
You got a 2? Okay. So you work at it for a bit, and it was... You thought you saw, okay, I could take this little wishbone out, and I could take this finger bone out of this side, but when you actually sit to work on it, the bones are a lot sturdier than you thought, and after a few moments of working at it, you're no closer to success than you were.
Man.
Adric. Mr. 19 strength back there.
Like Brick Road is expecting me to do something.
You gonna take a swing at this door?
I mean, if it's beyond you, then yeah, I will.
Okay.
Well, it's beyond my shitty rolling a 2.
Just do a straight strength check, and your DC is 16 if you want to try to break this door down. Before you do that, you and Zook both make a wisdom check DC 10.
Oh man, this door belongs in a museum.
That's right.
15.
Zook, did you make it?
Yeah, 19 before bonus.
Here's the problem, is that you both see it, and as soon as you rear back to punch this door, you realize if I break this door, these bones are going to clatter to the ground, and it's going to echo through probably most of this structure.
Let's not punch this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just waiting for him to...
Do we want to camp around and let me take another another stab at it?
Hey, well, Eldove, what are you doing? Just hanging out?
Yeah, I'm just doing the same thing I was doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fred is standing still with the torch, but he's watching all of you with this door, but he's also... he's kind of standing at the juncture between 2 and 5, so he's trying to keep watch and because he's so interested on what you're doing. It doesn't look like he's...
I'll tell him telepathically, keep your eyes on the one to my left and my character's left. So we're both watching number 5.
You tell him that, but you observe he's way too interested in this door. He's not going to be a very good lookout. Fred is in this for the fun of it, remember. Okay, let me...
I don't expect Fred to do what I tell him to.
I'm expecting someone to just open this fucking door.
Tarin.
They're gonna have a bad fucking day
ready.
if they open
That's
that
my
door.
last action.
You staying ready? Okay.
Yep.
Zook. You want to make
Alright,
another
I'm
roll
gonna
at this
take
door?
one more stab at this door before I just fucking crawl under it.
Okay. Yeah, DC's only 12. Well, how you
I
failed
know.
that.
Okay, there we go. 14 before bonus.
No problem. I mean, you take another crack at it, and you find a few key points in this door, and when you remove the bones, using your tools to kind of get in there and move the smaller ones, you slide them out, and the clasps just fall open. They just swing open, and it doesn't make a sound.
So the door's now open?
The door's
Good.
open, and the tunnel, like I said, it's dark, it ends here, and you see vague shapes inside, but no movement, no sound, no light.
I'm gonna actually, let's see, so I took an action, so now I can move and take a bonus action, right?
That's my read, yes.
Okay,
Well,
so I'm going
the
to...
bonus action has to be hide or
Yeah.
dash, right?
I'm gonna sneak
Or
just
disengage.
Or
inside
disengage. Yeah.
just inside the room here and take cover, so people can get past me, but I'm hiding.
Okay. When you actually enter the room and look at the far wall, it looks like crates and barrels and things stacked up back here. It looks like miscellaneous items are back in this room. You'd have to get closer to examine them to actually find out what's there.
I'm worried about this corner here, so I want to
Okay.
duck. I'm
No,
jumping in
I hear
and
you. I hear you. Okay.
I'm
Adric.
getting right here and hiding. So let
Can
me
you
roll.
peek around that corner?
No, he's done.
Well,
That
let me
was
run
his
this stealth checks. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. we could see
You could
that.
try to stealth around the corner. That would work. But from where your position here, you can't see around it.
All right. Well, I just rolled an 8, so I'm pretty much done.
Okay.
8. I got a 13.
Okay.
On that stealth check.
Where does Adric go?
I will step into the room as well.
Okay, so you're where you want to be. That's where you want to end your turn. Right there.
Yeah.
But you
And
can see in here.
just enough.
Okay.
I wasn't even. I wasn't even trying to block anything up there. That was just how the card landed. So hey,
Troll
works
card.
for me. Troll card.
That's funny.
Paranoid.
Eldove.
Hey,
All right, but it doesn't. But just on initial glance, there doesn't seem to be anybody like milling about in here.
Do you see nobody in
Boringly
this room?
enough, my current position currently looks pretty good looking at that. So I'm just gonna maintain
Hang still. Okay.
doing the same thing I was.
All right.
Does anyone want to investigate this stuff in the back?
Well, somebody's got to have a turn to get up there first.
We'll deal with that on the way out.
Yeah, if there's nobody in here, then that's what I was gonna. Then yeah, when my next turn, I'll come back out and we'll head back in another direction.
Don't move yet,
Yeah,
Tarin.
we can-
Tarin,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
waiting
your
for
turn. Don't do nothing.
I know, it's Fred's turn.
It's actually not Fred's turn.
It seems like it's Fred's turn.
It's totally not.
Motherfucker.
Hold on a second. I forgot how many of these guys I had in this adventure. I've got notes, but
Just
it's-
that guy.
I wrote notes in notepad.exe, so I'm doing a lot of scrolling.
Oh God.
Just 2.
Whoa, wait.
Hey,
what?
hey.
Just
No, I'm not happy with that.
Don't worry, they're little guys. You see movement.
Are they?
They're coming from this direction over here. And one is a Sahagwin, but this one is... The other ones that weren't wearing any adornments. This one is. It's wearing bones and what looks like the skins of various kinds of sea mammals in just this ghoulish-looking robe. And it's carrying a trident, a 2-handed trident in its hands. It's angrily making its way towards you, and it's flanked by 2 enormous snakes that are crawling along beside it.
Wait, they're snakes?
They're snakes. I just don't have a big snake, so I had to use a little dragon.
Okay.
They don't have wings, though. They're snakes. It's hard to make out their coloration because of the darkness, but you definitely see the 3 figures moving in. So let me add
Why
their...
did it have to be snakes?
Hold on, let me put them on the
So,
initiative order here.
Yeah. Is that my ready to action then?
You'll get to
Yeah,
take it.
yours and mine.
You will
Let's
definitely
go
get to
video
take
games.
They're gonna have a real bad day.
Maybe they just want to talk.
it. All right, Tarin, you have
Hey,
a ready
if they,
action.
If they wanted to talk and they were dragons, I would get double my persuasion. I would clap.
God. What was that?
You have an action right now.
Yep.
You have a ready action.
I'm gonna go for the leader.
Okay.
Action that action.
Wait, how do you know who's the leader? Like-
Well, the Sahagin.
The Sahagin, okay.
That's a crit.
Holy shit. It sure is.
Critty butt.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of crit.
So
So
that's,
roll twice,
damage.
add bonuses once. Is that what you were saying earlier?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I found in the book.
How'd you do?
15 damage.
Wait, what are you attacking with?
Eldritch Blast.
You can crit with Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast?
that's what he readied.
What?
You can crit with
Yes, because it makes an attack roll. I double checked that the other day.
That doesn't
Spells
sound
with
right to
attack
me.
rolls can
But
crit.
we'll
You got a hell shot.
I'll give it to you this time. But I'm keeping
Okay.
my eye on you, mister. I'm watching you closely. How much damage total?
15 force damage.
15 force damage. And you throw the Eldritch Blast this Sahagin, and you know that you've hit it. Because it absorbs the starry twilight of your blasts. But you haven't really phased it. It looks angry. It looks very, very intense on you.
Oh,
and
I don't like this.
You had a ready to action. Eldove. You had a
Yeah, I'm gonna
firebolt
take
ready.
his dice because I like that 20,
There you go.
and
you-
I'm going to roll a fireball at the same guy.
Okay.
That's
That's a funny looking 20.
That's a 14.
Yeah.
Plus it's like 20 something.
Yeah, you're looking at AC 12 anyway. So yeah, go ahead and roll the damage on the firebolt.
Yep.
D6. D6.
Somebody kill McDohl, please.
Why are you rolling a D10?
Because it's a firebolt.
It's a firebolt.
Oh.
So 3 damage.
Yep, 3 damage.
I thought it was D10.
And you
D6
blast your
was a
firebolt down here. And again, it nails this Sahagin, and it seems to just absorb the blast, and it hisses at you. I mean, you've seen where you've singed off some of these hides and broken some of the adornments. They clatter to the ground. The 2 snakes, the light of the firebolt, you get a good look at their coloration. They're milky white with very faint blue stripes running down the length of their bodies, down across their tails. And they shrink away from the firebolt as it approaches. They don't actually move. They don't break and run, but they clearly don't like the idea of a firebolt slinging in their direction. And now the Sahagwin gets to take an attack.
That's what you call a hen.
That's a hit. Tarin, you're about to have a bad day, my friend.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Sahagin grunts something in the just undersea language that none of you understand.
Is it primordial?
No, it's not. It's actually Aquan.
He's
They
going
speak
to ask
Aquan.
that every time.
Just out of curiosity, Tarin, you don't have resistance to radiant damage, do you?
No.
Okay, you take 18 damage.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
She lowers this
So what
trident.
happens exactly?
She lowers this trident and she
Sorry.
speaks something. You can tell it's a magic word, but it's in the same language that the Sahagwin didn't speak on the boat. You guys didn't try to speak. You tried to, but he didn't say anything. So no, you don't understand what it says. But when it speaks the word, the back of the trident, the whole thing is made of salmon-colored coral. It has pearls running down the edge, and the back pearl glows bright white. And you see this coloration kind of travel up the pearls to the tips of the trident, blasts outward from the prong, and just nails you in the chest, blasts you back up against the wall, and it just sears you just with radiance.
I memorized the word.
You, my friend, need to make a dex save.
Yep.
Or be knocked prone. You memorize the word, you do not memorize the word.
I make a dexterity save at 17.
So you made it?
Yep.
Okay, so you
I don't
managed
know
to...
what's the DC is 12, right?
The DC is the spellcasting DC, but 17 definitely makes it. I'd have to actually look up what the actual DC is, but 17 is plenty. I forgot to notate...
Oh, was that for... I thought that was for tripping on the ice. I didn't realize that was against the spell.
Oh, I did give you a DC for tripping on the ice. See, I told you I had a bad memory. No, you're absolutely right. DC for that is just 12. You're fine. But
Did
I mean,
roll that as well, or...
no,
okay.
that's what you were rolling. It's just I'm just dumb. My brain stopped functioning for a minute there. We're
this is
through
my-
it now, though. We've come through the other side.
This is my con save for concentration on detect magic.
Good idea.
Is that the damage I take, I think, is the DC?
I think it's 8 plus the damage you take.
ooh. You took what, 18?
I only took some of it because of the temp HP. I
You
only
took, yeah,
10.
he took 10 because he had 10. He had 8 temp HP.
I'll look it up, but it's not probably relevant anyway because I probably don't. I can just recast it at will. But
Okay. Yeah, let's
Okay,
not
that's
worry about
the-
that this round. But yeah, you guys see this radiant bolt shoot out of the prongs of this trident, and it lifts Tarin up off his feet, blasts him into the wall behind him, and he somehow manages to catch his footing when he comes back down to the ground. But it looked mean. To you, it just looked like a flash of white lightning came out of the front of this trident.
it's
Look to
10
Zook
or
and say,
half
"It
the
looks like a
damage you
problem
take,
isn't in
whichever
here."
one is higher.
So the DC
So I took
would be
10, so it'd be 10.
so yeah, it'd be 10 because you it
Half that
counts
would be
5.
5. Yep.
Sounds good. Fred,
Freddy.
I don't think Fred has any fun spells to use here. Who's got the next turn? The next turn... Ooh, okay. Tarin, Fred busts out his loot. He gives you a D6. You got a Bardic Inspiration die.
Okay.
Because something tells me you're going to take the next attack. What is the movement on these snakes? Actually, they're really close. So Fred's turn, he's actually going to move back here and do that.
Yeah.
Any square, I forgot to say this, I meant to, I'm sorry, but any square that has like at least 50% covered in gray, we're going to call that a legal square.
Okay.
So if you're on a square like Fred is now, he's kind of pressed up against the wall. He's not taking up the whole square, whatever. And these snakes come forward at you, Tarin, because they don't like you very much.
Yep.
And
Well, I can see why. You blew Mom up.
I don't
Man,
know that he actually.
Friggin' solid snake peeking around corners back there.
I don't know. It sounds like he's resistance or some sort of energy protection spell or something. It doesn't sound like I've done much yet.
I'm gonna see if he's arrow resistant here in a minute if I can.
and these snakes are
Looks
pretty
like we might have
large.
snakes to deal with
Oh
first.
Jesus.
So the first one, I mean, it takes up the entire length of this passage here, and this is the only one that
They're-
can attack you. This one's out of range.
They're large, I take it?
They're
That's
large,
both
large.
base?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So they can't both squeeze into the passage at the same time. But this one whacks at you with its tail. Your AC is... Oh, I got cards over here.
16.
16. Yeah, that hits. You take 11 damage. He whips around and pummels you with the tail, and you feel it whack at you. It like bruises you across the chest. That was 6 damage, but just the sheer frigidness, the ice coming off of this snake, the supernatural cold, hits you for another 5, for a total of 7 damage.
Oh, 7? I heard 11. That's good.
Well, 11 total.
Then I'm at 0.
6 from
I
the
have
bludgeoning,
some hit
5
points.
from the cold. You have 0?
Okay. Yep, I'm at exactly 0.
So you drop.
Damn.
Wow.
Some bitch.
Yep, that was a lot. So yeah, I only took 11. So you're going to start making death saves here.
I tell you what, I'm gonna back the fuck up.
I was about to teleport out.
Tarin, you get to have... Go ahead and make your death save.
Yep. I guess it doesn't matter if I'm prone after that attack, huh?
No, I mean,
Because I'm prone after that attack.
you're not
Oh,
prone.
no.
That's a fail. You mark 1 failure on your sheet. Nodal, do you know how death saves work in this game?
No, I'll worry about it when I go down.
I see you marked a success on your sheet, Tarin. You didn't succeed on shit.
Sorry.
The way it works, Nodal, when you look at death saves, it says successes and failures. It's just a straight DC 10, D20 roll. It's not associated with any skill. If you roll under 10, you get a failure. You roll over 10, you get a success. If you mark 3 successes, you stabilize. You're at 0 hit points, unconscious, but you don't die. If you get 3 failures, you're dead. Now, Nodal, I told Nodal, I gave him the same deal I gave you guys at first level. He's got plot immunity for this dungeon, provided he doesn't test my patience. So as long as Nodal doesn't do anything unbelievably stupid, he'll survive all the encounters in here. But Tarin, you have no such protection.
I dive down in the mouth of the reptile,
That would kill you. See, that would be really stupid.
shooting fire.
Zook, you have an attack, my friend.
What did you say was in the back of this room again?
Just shapes. It looks like there are objects back there, but you'd have to go back there and use an action to investigate to actually see what they are.
Don't really have the time for that.
You kind of have more pressing issues, I would think.
Yeah, I had a banana, and I was wondering if I might be able to find something really cool back there.
Well, yeah, that would be a good use of a banana, but is that really what you want to spend your turn doing? Oh shit, I forgot to spawn bananas. I'm so sorry, guys. We got to get those out here. Let me... I don't want to accidentally screw up what I've got here, but...
Potions of ice resistance.
Or something.
There you go.
Get my banana on?
Yeah, McDohl and Zook both have a banana.
Now, since I haven't bananaed before, let me clarify here. Do I say, like, very specifically what I would find if I went back there, or do I just say I find something useful and then
You can
make the decision?
be as specific or as vague as you want, but because the idea of bananas is not to give your character a benefit, if it's too beneficial, I'm going to look to one of the other players and tell them to complicate it. So if you go back there and say, I find a +3 dagger, then I'm going to turn to McDohl, and McDohl's going to say, oh, but it's cursed, and
It's in case of 3 feet of ice.
like it screams at the top of its lungs every time you unsheath it or something. So the use of bananas are to make the plot more awesome, but don't think you can get away with using them to make things easier for the characters.
I'll be completely honest, I was thinking I might be able to find, like, a thing of, like, black powder or something explosive back there.
Is that what you want to do?
What do you guys think? Or do I get to consult? You know what? Fuck it. I want to use my banana.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to banana up that I find some sort of explosives back there. Why not?
Like, define explosives. I mean, do you want, like, a magic item that explodes, or you find a keg of gunpowder? Like, what are we talking about here? Because what you say is I'm going to use this as a plot hook later in the game. Like, this is going to come back around.
Let's say I find a small enough so I can carry it around with me barrel of gunpowder.
Let's say that then.
Okay.
All right. So you take your action to search around back here. So let me.
This is probably a really bad idea.
Oh, it is, and you're going to die. Where are the... There we go, tile set. Do we have a barrel that I could just use? Yes. So here's the barrel. It's big, but it's not so big that you can pick it up. And you don't know what gunpowder is.
He picks it up then.
Did that?
It's
That's
on his head.
amazing.
Well, we're gonna unlock the barrel here. Grid off. That's okay. So you're carrying the barrel like you're a Mario 2 character or something. There you go. So let me just read off what all you see when you take a couple of seconds in inventory back here.
Do you want me to get the DMG entry for gunpowder while you're doing that for you, Brooke?
No, because he doesn't know what gunpowder is.
Okay.
None of you do. Oil and gunpowder, as far as you guys are concerned, don't exist. What you find is this black powder in a barrel. You also see a chest that has hundreds of coins in it. You have no time to count them. It's in the same chest. There's a variety of gemstones, etc. You find lots of pieces of art, like beautiful things, but they've all been broken, tarnished, destroyed, burned, or soiled in some way. Like, there's nothing beautiful in this hoard. Everything of beauty has been completely destroyed. In one corner of the room, you see a big pile of clothing. All of it has been just shredded to ribbons. You find a watertight scroll case, and you find a potion of healing. And you find this barrel does not have a lid. When you look in it, it has just coarse black and gray powder. So congratulations, you just used your banana to introduce gunpowder to this world where it did not exist before.
Fantastic.
That's the
Except
plot
I don't
hook.
know but I don't know what it is.
You do not.
So I can't go and lob it at them and expect anything to happen.
You.
I cast Fireball, thinking to help light up the area back there.
Okay. Can I Jesus. Well, this is a bad situation all around. Well, now that I've scurried to the back of the room, I'm going to hide.
Okay. Well, you can't. Well, yeah, you can do it. You can hide. Go ahead and roll it.
15.
Mr. Adric, how you doing, man?
Well, I'm hearing all this nonsense back there behind me, so yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and see what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Who put this here? Tarin, did you put? Oh wait, you're down. Okay, Tarin, this is your fault. Snake gonna get punched in the face.
Which one?
I also
You can only
Destil.
you can only hit this one. This other one. I mean, you could squeeze past this one.
No, I think that's a bad idea.
Hey, I would rule in this situation if you tried to attack this one, the other one would get an attack of opportunity on you. It would take a lot of doing to
just the
squeeze
one
in
in front
there.
is fine.
Do it.
One in front is just fine.
Make it happen.
I'm gonna flurry the. Ooh, nat 20.
Okay. Now you spend key points on that flurry of blows.
Yeah, I did that. That's one key point.
Cool. What? So yeah, there you go. Damage, and apparently you get to roll damage twice, even though it's not a melee attack or weapon attack rather.
Okay, so 4 and 4
Jesus
and
Christ, you twink.
4. Is
How did you manage that?
12.
Plus your strength bonus.
Yeah, 12. And he's getting flurried. That's
That'll hit.
20.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's 24
Their AC. Let me look that up for you, so you have it.
for another 6 damage. And then a 9.
Was that a to hit 9 or a damage 9?
That's a 2-hit 9.
That
I'm
what
pretty
is
sure
it?
the 2-hit
What is it with your bonuses?
9.
Okay, so yeah, what's the total damage? And the AC is 14. Your 9, so your 9 didn't hit.
Let's see, it's 12 and 6, 18.
18
And
damage.
plus, save strength.
Save strength.
Yeah, save strength.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
Let's see.
What's the effects? What happens if it doesn't save?
Knockback 15 feet.
Knockback 15 feet. Where's that on your sheet here?
Open hand technique.
Open hand technique.
The open hand technique on page 79 of the player's handbook.
Okay, I'm gonna call it. Let's see that DC.
DC is 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my wisdom modifier. I have that on my DC.
Okay,
Whoa. No, that's not right. That's not right at all.
it's not right.
There we go. That looks better. 13 is DC.
It passed.
Okay.
So you don't
Well,
get
it doesn't
to...
get knocked back, but
you
it
don't
still
get-
gets.
okay,
It's,
cool.
It still gets the monkey punched out of it.
And you punch the absolute monkey out of this mofo. I mean, you just get right up in its grill and blow after blow after blow. Your fists are just flying rapid fire. And you take 4 damage.
Lovely.
This thing has just an aura of cold around it. Just getting next to it is uncomfortable. Getting close enough to beat on it, like your hands are getting frostbitten. When you pull it away, like you see your skin is like blue with frost for a moment, and it really, really hurts. Like you feel your knuckles, like the skin tightens and cracks as the impact against this creature's hide. So you've definitely damaged it. It definitely did not like getting its dome cracked in. But getting in that range, you got a big brunt of its passive
That's
ice
fine.
damage. That's fine. All right,
That's fine.
Eldove.
That's fine.
All right, so where can I still see it from?
You see, well, you can see both of them, and you've got a ranged attack, so you can attack either of them.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I move back, how far can I move back and still see them?
If you're standing on this square here, you can't because you've got an obstruction in front of you. If you move to this square, this square.
I'll move here, and then I'll move back farther at the end of my turn.
Well, see, Fred's standing there, so.
So, I guess I'll just stand where I am and cast a fireball on
Now, if you take an action, you can then move 4 squares.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Oh, McDohl.
Alright, so...
I'm sorry, make a dex save. I forgot.
For the cold?
Dex save to see, because you took damage. I need to see if you fall over.
Oh, okay.
You also missed with an attack, didn't you? So make 2 dex
Yeah.
saves. DC 12. You take damage from the cold regardless. I'm just...
Plus 5. 18.
Okay.
And... Nope.
2. When you get blasted by the cold of this creature, it just knocks you on your butt. You're prone.
What a toilet.
So you got to use half your movement to stand up. So if you decide to stand up and then move, you can only move 2 squares.
Yeah, that's fine.
And attacks made against you have advantage for the duration that you're prone.
Oh, that's toilets.
That's less fine. So let's go back. Let's go back to Eldove now. I'm sorry, Eldove. I forgot to screw McDohl over.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I can understand. So I'm going to attack this one
Okay.
with a firebolt.
No problem.
That's 4 plus 7 is 11.
Doesn't hit. The firebolt goes wide and crashes against the wall behind it, like somewhere over here.
All right, and then I'm going to get to safety
Okay.
by moving here. What? Oh God, it's not letting me do.
By snapping McDohl in the head.
Thanks a lot.
By moving back. So you move back around the corner?
Yeah, I'm trying to move back around the corner. It's not letting me pick him up. There you go.
Okay. So you moved out of line of sight of the creatures, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna pop around the corner and fire, and then blast back.
Okay. So, bear with me one moment, please.
I'm basically playing a first-person shooter now.
You are.
That's understandable.
You're playing Doom, actually. Ba-bum, 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 boom.
I saw that Nodal actually did the smart thing on his character sheet. He like completely listed the effects of all of his spells. All I did was put page numbers down for Fred, so... Fred moves up behind you, Adric. He squeezes into the little cavity just behind Tarin. And lays his hands down on him. Makes some gestures. And says... He like sings a short melodic poem.
Oh. That's hot.
And
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Tarin, you gain 7 hit points.
Awesome.
So you are
By the way, Brickroad, I'm down to 18.
You're down to 18.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Actually, I'm doing a bad job. Keeping track on a pad of paper in front of me. I keep forgetting to change this.
Yeah.
So Tarin, you now have 7 hit points and no temporary
And my
hit
death
points.
save is erased, right?
All your death saves go away. Yes.
Yep.
As soon as you gain any kind of healing, the death saves are gone.
Right.
So.
Do you
Thanks,
start?
Fred.
Is it like 40 where you start healing from 0?
Well, if you're at 0 HP, you're unconscious, and then at that point you
I
have to
think
spend a
so.
hit die. You have to either spend a hit die.
What I'm
think
saying,
it-
Brick, is that how healing worked in 4th edition is if you're negative 0 HP, when you're healed, you start from 0.
I don't think there is
I
any
don't
negative.
There's
Yeah,
no
they don't think
yeah.
they
There's no
track.
sense of negative HP.
The only
in
thing they
this.
check is to make sure it doesn't instantly kill you. After that, your HP don't go below 0.
Right.
Alright.
Yeah, 0 is the lowest you can go. What had happened was if an enemy had attacked him, he would have automatically failed a death save. He automatically got a check. If an enemy crits him, he would have gotten 2 failures. If you go to make your death save and you roll a 1, like Nick did in the first session, that counts as 2 failures. So